There are many ways that people describe intermittent explosive disorder, or IED. They describe it as a disorder that involves being angry and impulsive, but it goes much further than that. What people don't understand is that somebody experiencing IED feels very alone, and they don't know what's going on really until they actually take a look at themselves. And sometimes the only way that they can figure it out is somebody else giving them an example of the way that they act. So imagine yourself as the Hulk. You're angry, you're outraged, you're damaging property, you have excessive road rage, and your tolerance is very low. So anybody can imagine Hulk mad. And then I want to say, wow, what side of the bed did you wake up on? After the explosion, people come up to you and ask, what the heck just happened? And then you realize that your behavior is not normal. So you tell yourself and others that it's never going to happen again, and then the next day, it happens again. And this time, it's worse than the day before. Eventually, after all the damage is done, you look at yourself in the mirror and you realize the monster that you have become. So you start to research about it, and you find out through YouTube that you really are like the Hulk. And so this video, presented by Noggin, it's a cartoon narrative that relates the Marvel's Incredible Hulk to a person with the diagnostics of IED. And in the video, they explain how IED comes with some risk factors. So you may have experienced these things. I know that 6 out of 7 things I have experienced in my life. So exposure to violence at an early age, explosive behaviors at home, having experienced physical and emotional trauma, history of substance abuse, having certain medical problems, and being male. With my own experience with IED, it led me to silence and to more research about the scientific part of what and how IED came about. So here's the big picture. You explode. Some people get this confused with just being mad, but it's like I said, it's beyond madness. According to the Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Neuroscience in the University of Chicago, people with IED feel severely more impulsive when it comes to aggression compared to the outburst of an average Joe. After the aggression, people have feelings of relief and even arousal. Changes in mood and energy can be described as feeling distressing and being problematic. Physical symptoms such as headache, tingling, chest tightness, and tremors can be signs of more serious health problems such as heart disease, stroke, and ulcers. Another study conducted by the American Psychiatric Association says that highly aggressive individuals tend to experience more interpersonal difficulties such as bad relationships, damaged friendships, as well as difficulties in the workplace. The rest of the study resulted in evidence that people struggle with the social, occupational, and legal consequences of their aggressive outbursts compared to those that are normally just normal aggressive. So coping with IED does not stop the uproar. I have found that at lonerwolf.com, it takes a lot of mind control prior to the outburst. This includes meditating and breathing. So let's go back to being the Hulk. Hulk. Again, you're in that moment. Your mindfulness training kicks in. You take a deep breath in and exhale out. You do that over and over until a calmness comes over your body. You feel the tensions leave your muscles. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of belief in yourself that you can overcome this. As it turns out, mindfulness and being aware and practicing different techniques actually navigates changes in your brain. This enlightenment, it can change your aggression. And it took me many years to get to this point. Professor Richard Davidson describes in his TEDx San Francisco how meta-awareness works to transform your brain. He says, our brains are constantly changing, constantly being shaped by the forces around us, but we have, typically, very little awareness of what those forces are. We can actually take more responsibility in our own brains by transforming our minds. Meta-awareness is knowing what our minds are doing. We can get to a point of mindfulness that can nourish and nurture the qualities that promote human flourishing. Beautiful. This awareness is necessary for real transformation to occur in the prefrontal cortex of our brains. The circuits in there, they're important for accessing our positive emotions. And after doing your exercises, your circuits will be strengthened, so will your brain. I recognize that meta-awareness was a huge component that was missing from my life and the reason for my outbursts. The image of me being a monster is not the image that I want to have. Remembering that I can be a healthy well-being with a great authentic self is one of those things that's transforming my brain and my heart into kindness and compassion instead of anger and regret. Understanding the mindful approach gave me better perspective of who I'm going to be and what I want from the world. Also, it has gave me insight to what I've been dealing with since I've been a teenager. So, with that, knowing my purpose in the world has helped me to control that Hulk that still lives inside me, but isn't controlled. Thank you.